Hello and welcome to London Local History. This is part one of our look at Malden Crescent, and today we're going to have a look at the map of the surrounding area of Malden Crescent, and have a look at how quickly the population of North London increased over 60 years or 80 years. And then going to have a look, as I said, at a map of London and of the area of Malden Crescent in London, and an aerial photo, and have a chat with my dad about his experiences of growing up in the area. So thank you for joining for part one of Malden Crescent. So this is the 1869 map that Booth used 20 years later for his exploration of the different social areas. I mean, it's pretty grim, you know, like sort of classifying people as vicious or criminal classes as well, but you know, it's a very interesting snapshot of the area that Malden Crescent was part of, and obviously North London at that time. So to start, I'd like to just show the explosion in North London. This is by Ollie Bye on YouTube. It's a fantastic channel, and you can see from the 1815s there's very little up in Camden, very little population, very little building, and then it starts to explode from the 1830s, 1840s on, during the Victorian period. Almost 2 million people in London. You can see around Hampstead, Camden, Islington, the whole of North London is expanding at speed. 4 million people in London, and you can see this is the time when my part of North London was just increasing, and as you can see, this is where London goes from the City of London up until the 17th century till now. This is the look at Malden Crescent using the 1869 map. Just going to start off. I'm going to zoom in. We'll start at just at Parliament Hill, which is up the road from Malden Crescent, and it's wonderful. Parliament Hill is the name of the hill, which I thought was because you could see Parliament in the past. You can only see St Paul's Cathedral now, but I thought that was the reason it's called Parliament Hill, but it wasn't. It was because Parliament troops during the Civil War were stationed on that hill, so it's always been called Parliament Hill to me. But in this map, in the previous times, it had two names to it, so that's very interesting. So this is Parliament Hill, and you can see, look, Traitors or Parliament Hill. So if you're a Republican, you call it Parliament Hill, and if you're a Royalist, you call it Traitors Hill. But it's been called Parliament Hill ever since. So that was very interesting. And this is we're going to focus in now on Malden Crescent and the area around that area. As you can see, this is the area we're going to be talking about today. So I hope you enjoy it. It was a wonderful experience for me, and let's get started. It's an interview with my dad. We were talking the other day, weren't we, Dad? And you were going to say, I mean, where would you say this is? Malden Crescent. Where was your house? Do you think? Was it right opposite the Malden Road, or
no? It was right opposite here. This one.
This part on this one. Yeah.
Yeah. That was 9 Malden Crescent.
9 Malden Crescent. I think they say there's a villa on the corner here that's still here from when they originally. This was like the super posh.
That way. There used to be 3 large white houses here that were bombed in the war, Second World War. So then that became a bomb.
One.
Yeah, that's the only surviving one now. But there was 3 other ones similar.
It's very different, hasn't it? Because you were saying, right opposite, you're saying there's like houses and pubs.
Yeah, there's the British Queen pub directly opposite. You used to hear their piano at night, honky tonk piano.
Because I remember asking if your dad went into the ship, and he said no, he went into this one.
Yeah, he didn't really drink that much.
No. I suppose all his gambling mates and
yeah, well, he'd stay sober when he's gambling because he took it seriously.
I suppose the factory. I mean, the factory was right behind your house, wasn't it? I mean, this was.
Yeah, this is the factory here. This space, and that's the entrance to it.
Was it?
This long thing is the entrance to the factory.
Oh. Okay.
And all that's like the factory.
But I mean, this map was done from 1869, so this is obviously, it was like housing here before, and then right afterwards the factory. Yeah,
presumably, because there was an entrance between the houses to get into the factory. So
I mean, I've got this. So I mean, you can see with the map. So you can see here that that's the roundhouse there, and that's the house there. And they've got this. There's a photo. This is from 1920, like an overview. You can see there's the roundhouse there, and then you've got the factory here.
Right.
And that's the corner villas, isn't it? On the.
Those are the 3 that were bombed.
Yeah, these ones here.
What do you call them? Semi-detached.
Semi-detached, yes, yeah.
And that's the British Queen pub.
Pub on the corner, isn't that amazing, Dad?
And then next to that was the post office. Then there was like a terrace of houses. Then there was that sweet shop that I used to do the paper out for when I was 9 years old. And next to them was a tailor's. And then round the corner it was a terrace of houses again.
I mean, you say the sweet shop. I mean, when they were sort of broken up biscuits and the rest.
Oh no, that was down the road. That was down at.
Oh, I see. So there's a separate shop, is it?
Yeah, no, that's down here. It was here. A Welsh. What was it? Like kind of dairy and.
Like newsagents or.
No, they were.
Dairy.
Yeah, it was like a dairy, like like the corner shops now.
Yes, yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah, because I remember you saying about how like sort of vicious racism against the Welsh, wasn't it? And then obviously the Pakistani and South Asians come in and they've had.
Yeah, it was funny. It was Idi Amin, wasn't it?
Yes, yes.
When they left, they kind of bought up, seemed to buy up all the Welsh. Before it was predominantly Welsh.
Yes, yeah.
Then
I just remember years ago you were saying to me about how they just got very bad racism as well, didn't they? The Welsh.
Yeah. Well, it's the same. The Irish and the Scottish.
Yes,
it's the way the English are, isn't it?
Well, I don't know, but hopefully not. But
and opposite, I was saying about the dairy cream. Factory where they shipped the milk from, and then next to that there was Thompson the greengrocers. Next to that there was
so on this side
across the road, yeah, just opposite. It's funny, it looks more space when you're actually there. It was
but very intense,
smaller. Yeah, this that's probably my house. It's either that one or that one.
Here, you mean?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look on.
Because I used to climb out on the roof.
I thought you were on the corner up here, though, Dad. Or the factory took up the whole area, did it?
Yeah, the factory. That's the factory was at the back. I look out my window.
Yes.
I'm looking into the.
But I mean, the front entrance was like on the map that you're.
It was. This would be the entrance next to these houses.
Let's have a look. I mean, so here, so this is these are the villas here, aren't they? So, and this is the factory. This was the factory here, was it? And then you were next to the factory, were you?
Yeah, we were. There was chemist. There was a chemist about here. Then they had the factory where the entrance was.
Yeah.
They had like a shop each side, but they were kept empty. Before they used to show or sell.
Like display windows or display shops.
That was either each side of the entrance, but next to that was the chemist. Lawrence is the chemist.
No.
And they had a weighing machine out the front. I always remember that because you had to pay a penny to weigh, like big heavy old like cast iron weighing machine.
How does it work with the currency? So what was the lowest then? Was a penny the lowest, or?
That was it. It was just a penny. You just put a penny
What's
in.
higher than a penny? A threepenny bit or something? Or?
Yeah, you had a penny, 3 pennies, a shilling.
So a shilling is
6 pennies. I think.
Six
Can't
pence.
remember.
People always talk about
6 pence. Yeah, a shilling, and then half a crown. Seems a long time ago.
Well,
doesn't it?
yeah, sorry. I don't want to put you through this, but
yeah,
so the chemist was.
what was amazing about the chemist was it was like wonderful smell, all the perfumes and everything.
yeah.
Always remember that. And it was just like at Christmas. It was very Christmassy. All the decorations and that was kind of stands out.
So that was that was right next to the factory, and then you were next to them, were you, or a couple of doors down, or?
No, then there was another 2 houses. Then the other half of our semi-detached, and then us. So we were like 4 or 5 doors down.
So we pretty much were circled. Like you're basically facing opposite the corner of you of the island.
Yeah, it was just directly opposite the pub.
Yes. That's interesting.
And there's like a telephone box outside the pub, which was because nobody had telephones in those days.
No. What about because in that island? Because when we started talking that day, I was like, "Oh no, stop!" Until we record it. But there was you were saying there was like a yard or something, a construction place or something. Here,
yeah, no, those 3 houses that we were looking at on the other map, they were here. They were bombed in the war.
Okay, so after the war,
and all that became like a bomb yard.
Site,
And breakers, a guy set it up for car breaking. In those days cars were expensive, so people would buy bits of, if they wanted to repair their cars, he'd have loads of old broken cars and piles of tyres.
Did you just pull the light off of one of them or that?
Yeah, they just he had like a shed in the centre, and they'd just go in and say what they want, and then either he'd let them go round and pull them to pieces, or he'd get somebody to give them a hand or something.
Isn't that wonderful?
But it was like a front for something else.
Yeah, so you're saying you were dodgy.
It was just really dodgy. But it was
what
very
made it
interesting.
look dodgy then? Just like the sort of characters around there, or?
Yeah, they didn't seem to do that much business.
Yes.
But it was like on the books.
Yes.
For tax
So
or whatever. It was
money or.
Well, maybe it was just totally pucker, but
it seemed like a lot of.
Yeah, and the guy was always so kind of well dressed and smelled very nice. With
Are we talking about a spiv or?
yeah. He's obviously black market in the in the war. He was involved in all that, and this become like an extension of that, I think. But really nice, interesting guy.
I mean, it's heartbreaking because you were saying about like that destroyed area there, and then you told me the other day about your house. The back had been blown out during the war. So
the wall,
the rear wall.
Yeah.
So you just
the side wall.
Yes.
Had there's a big crack in it, so they'd taken the bricks out and put tarpaulin over.
And that was like for 2 years or something, was it, or a couple of years, or
about a year, I should imagine. And it was like coldest winter then, 47.
What a nightmare!
And
you're saying you were like quite sickly, and your mum had been told by the doctor.
I had bronchial pneumonia, and the doctor said not to take me to hospital because it'd be too dangerous, and just to hang wet sheets so I can breathe easier.
I mean, because that's just incredible, isn't it? I mean, it's such a dangerous, stressful environment for your mum as well.
You think what she went through. It's
but I just it's one of those things. I've always like bomb sites. Yes, I understand that. I know that, but I didn't appreciate that people's houses that they were living in were bomb sites as well, weren't they?
Well, when the bomb drops, it shakes all the houses around, doesn't it? So there's always structural problems. We were quite lucky, really. We had what's called an Anderson shelter in the back garden that was buried. All it was like a tin.
Yes, it's like
corrugated tin thing, covered with earth and dug. So it's just to But it was surprising. The factory kind of survived during the war.
Absolutely did. Yeah.
Houses around it were destroyed, but
obviously you're so close to the Camden, the road, sorry, the tracks here, the railway tracks.
Right. Yeah.
The depot and that.
Yeah.
So. But I suppose for Grandma, obviously she was born in that house, wasn't she? So for her, she wasn't going to leave it, was she? I suppose if she could help it.
Well, in the war, she was in the Women's Air Force, and she was up in Coventry. I think she was about 19 then, because her eldest brother Tom, he'd gone into the RAF, and her other brother wanted to go in to the military, and he had his head shaved and went to sign up, and they said I think he had flat feet or something, and they wouldn't accept him, and that made him very upset. And then but he became like a kind of hero, clearing out all the bombed.
He was a warden, wasn't he?
Yeah, when
deal with all that.
Places were bombed, he'd have to go and clear it up and help them out, and
it's just tragic, isn't it?
Deal with survivors. Yeah, he had quite a hard time as well. Albert. There was another brother, John, but he died.
He was a baby
as a child. Had a.
Was it a coin or?
Yeah, it was a large penny. He'd swallowed to kind of get attention from my mother. And
it's amazing, wasn't it? Because they all grew up in the same house.
Yeah, there's 3 boys, 3 girls. Florrie was the youngest. She was 11, I think, when her mother died, and that changed everything. And then she was, because my mother was away in the Women's Air Force, she was sent round to Healy Street.
Healy Street, right?
Here.
Right, yes, I can see that.
To the older brother's wife's supposed to look after her, but she couldn't bear it. Didn't get on, and that's why she went to America as soon as she could, when she was 17.
Yes, yeah. That's a war bride, wasn't she?
Yeah, it's just amazing, really.
It's very, very nice as well. I remember you it's very memorable. You were sort of saying about your grandfather, you know, because he was a mounted policeman and he was like at Holmes Road, and you're saying like your nan remembers. Like,
oh, one of her best memories is before the war. All the houses had like cast iron railings and good front gardens and everything. And then in the war, they wanted to collect all the metal. It was rubbish, really. It was just propaganda. But it destroyed all the fronts of the front gardens. Just become good memories of her father. Used to, when he was passing by, he'd come over with the horse, and she'd feed the horse as a young girl. Like,
that's such a lovely.
Give an apple or something.
Yeah, such a lovely thing you said.
Just totally different world.
I mean, you can't really see